Welcome to this BI Network Spotlight featuring iQ4bis. My name is Ron Powell, and I am the Editorial Director for the Business Intelligence Network. My guest today is Siegfried Plummer. Ziggy is the COO and General Manager for iQ4bis. Welcome, Ziggy.
Thank you.
Ziggy, I like the name of your company, iQ4bis. Could you give our audience, who may not be familiar with the company, a little background?
iQ4bis is a business intelligence software vendor being around in the market for more than 10 years. And we are focusing our business, our products for the SMB market. We do have end-to-end solution, means we offer not only nice front-end tools, but also the back-end, the ETL tools to really cover a full business intelligence implementation from beginning to end.
Now, Ziggy, from the standpoint of business intelligence, do you work directly with the business user?
That's our focus. Our focus is the business user, and it has been the focus from the start. The founder of the company is actually not a technical person, so he was the one that said, okay, business intelligence can only be successful and of benefit for the customers when it is easy to use and can be used by business users to really analyze their business and ask their own questions and get their own answers without involving IT too much.
So it's very different from traditional business intelligence tools, which acquire power users or people who have some familiarity with SQL. Your target is pretty much the non-technical person. Is that what I would presume?
Absolutely right. So just to give you an idea, our user manual for the front end fits on a mouse pad.
It actually fits on a mouse pad?
It fits on a mouse pad. So believe it or not, but we print mouse pads with the user manual as a marketing giveaway for trade shows and other occasions. But as it turned out, that's all our business users need. So actually our customers order mouse pads instead of thick printed user manuals.
Based on that, obviously it must be very intuitive, very easy to use, almost like someone just trying to do a search on Google. Would that be a fair assumption?
I think that's absolutely a fair assumption. What we try to achieve in the front end is really to say, okay, how does a business user look into his business anyway? How would he like to navigate through the vast amount of data that is available and make this as simple as possible? So that was the approach for the front end development from start.
Now, as I did research on your company, I noticed that you had a very strong focus in the mid-market or the SMB marketplace. Is that the traditional focus for your company?
Absolutely right. If you look into the history of the company, we started building BI and reporting solutions for J.D. Edwards customers, which definitely is a mid-market play. And obviously from that starting point onwards, we concentrated on other ERP systems and other solutions in the same market space. So our typical customer is a company in the range of $50 to $250 million revenue, a production firm with a strong distribution arm, manufacturing and distribution. That's basically, let's say, the overarching industry that we are looking at.
So now how is iQ4bis's approach to BI and helping mid-sized companies weathering this economic downturn that we're experiencing, and it's worldwide? How are you able to help these companies make better and more accurate decisions?
Basically, we are in a recession, if you will, and that's actually, for many, many cases, is the trigger point to really look into BI solutions. Because if the economy is doing well, there's very little incentive really to look into BI solutions to further explore where your market is going, where your company is going, where your costs are going. But if you are in a downturn, this is crucial information for a company. So what we do is, in order to help the SMB market, we identified a couple of problems in that market space, typically. One is the IT departments are really stressed out in that market space. IT people have enough problems to solve around the transaction system, the ERP system, financial systems, productions, and so on, and have very little time and space really to concentrate on intelligent reporting or business intelligence solutions. So we had to come up with a solution for this scenario, means we started to pre-package solutions as much as we can in order to decrease the implementation times and drive the cost down. So that's one of the things we do in order to help the SMB market. On the other hand, as I said already, if a BI solution cannot be used by the business user, it defeats the purpose. Means if you still have to go back to IT in order to get information out of your transaction data, then something is wrong with the BI implementation. A business user must have the ability to ask his own questions and get out of the reporting and the query writing. And that is why we had that much focus on our front end. Having said that, the front end is one part of the puzzle. The other part is a backend solution that helps us to quickly implement and go live and helps our customers to maintain the software in the long run with the lowest possible cost. So that is another unique positioning for us. We do have the front end and the backend tool work hand in hand, everything on Microsoft tool stack, using SQL, using analysis services. So that is also something that is of interest to the SMB market. We do not have a proprietary solution. We are working with the market leader in the BI space.
So what's the typical implementation of your product? If a company in the SMB space wanted to get up and running, how long does it normally take?
Yeah, you may not believe that number, but on any given ERP system, I think I can claim we never needed more than 2 weeks to go live.
2 weeks? That's pretty fast.
That's pretty fast. And we even drove that number down by introducing the solutions, which I explained are out-of-the-box solution, prepackaged solution. So if you would be a user of a Microsoft Dynamics ERP or CRM system or JD Edwards or some others, we offer out-of-the-box solutions which go live in a week.
Wow. Now, when you mentioned, obviously, stressed-out IT, I will tell you that's not only the SMB market, but it's almost any enterprise today. IT is getting more and more stressed. So basically, what you're able to do is handle a lot of the complexity with regards to the ETL process in the Microsoft environments. Is that correct?
That is correct. If you look into our backend tool, iQ4bis Data Server, then you will see that it is a tool that sits on top of the Microsoft stack, but gives you a clear workflow through the entire ETL process, including the automated queue building. That's also some unique feature. So by using iQ4bis Data Server, a business user can really build a BI solution based on some best practices that we have built into the system and the workflow. And it's more a drag-and-drop type of approach. You don't need to know SQL. You don't have to be a SQL guru, as I call it, in order to build a BI solution with that tool stack.
From a scale perspective, are there any limitations scale-wise, or if SQL Server has, depending upon whatever records, can you handle any size SQL data implementation?
We leverage the power of SQL. So as good as Microsoft is, that's our limitation, if you will.
Well, that's excellent. Now, from an industry perspective, are there certain industries that iQ4bis is focused on, or are you pretty much across the board?
The nature of BI solutions is obviously to be a horizontal solution. So everyone that has desire to analyze huge amount of data could use a BI solution. But in practice, it is clear that we have some clusters. We have some clusters around retail, obviously manufacturing and distribution. We have a couple of clients which are clustered around apparel industry, so healthcare. These are the key industries, if you will. So if you throw out some names, Under Armour definitely is one of the shining names in the apparel industry. We have customers like Crocs. We have Vans shoes. We have Now. These are all apparel industry clients. Also, having said that, the horizontal approach, you also have extreme customers that are not in the focus of our sales efforts, but companies like Dreyfus, which is a huge financial institution, is definitely on the other side of the scale with a multi-billion-dollar company.
From a company perspective, how many years have you been in business?
Actually, the company was founded in 1982, believe it or not.
82?
82, wow. In Munich. And it was founded as a services firm because the owner of the company, Herbert Schöneck, he identified this as an interesting field for a services company to really consolidate data for multinational firms. And this is why he founded iQ4bis, obviously under a different name, in 1982 in Germany. Actually, the real kickoff of iQ4bis, also as a product name, that happened in 1999 when Microsoft introduced SQL 2000, and we used SQL 2000 as a platform to build our first versions of the front-end and the back-end solution.
Excellent. Wow, over 25 years. probably one of the best kept secrets in the BI world, and obviously with the focus on the business user now, we're seeing BI move to the masses. You're definitely very well positioned.
Yeah, we are working on the best kept secret. I promise.
Okay. Well, Ziggy, it's really been a pleasure talking with you today.
Thank you very much, Bob.
And for those of you who are interested in accelerating your own business intelligence efforts, please take a look at iQ4bis. And that's it for this edition of the BI Network Spotlight. I'm Ron Powell. Goodbye and good business.